In the morning, I got a call from Randy's work, and I'm thinking to myself, if Randy's work is calling me, this is not a good thing. They were like, I regret to inform you that your ex-husband has been killed in an accident. At that point, I was like, what do I do now? They brought Ty into the principal's office, and I told him and his friends were there, and that was probably the hardest thing I've done, is tell him about his dad.
I was actually out of town and got the phone call. The first thing you care about is obviously the loss and the families, and we were very close to those two that lost their lives and to the crew that was working there. But then you start to wonder about how do we get past this from a company's perspective on how do we survive this.
I think it was 1985. The state of New Mexico came up with statutes allowing a group fund to go into the work comp insurance business. We applied and were granted permission to start up a business. There was maybe 18 or 19 founding members, and each one of them we trusted with our lives.
Our company was contacted by Ed Miller back in 1987 and asked to develop a safety program that could be submitted to the Work Comp Administration. This fund had a huge emphasis on safety, which is still carried through today, with a large portion of the premiums going back into investing into the safety of the employees.
It was started because there was a problem with the cost of workers' comp. But quickly it was just apparent what they could do to support each other.
It's a true partnership. We're all putting money into the fund to keep it going. We want to make sure that everybody is safe. I consider this group of contractors the safest group in the whole state, if not the whole West.
30% of the premium that is paid by each member is given back in what's called member services, whether it's the personal protective equipment, whether it's safety training, whether it's site visits, as well as safety incentive prizes for those people that meet the goals of safety. And that is a huge resource that is not found in any other program across the country.
That's part of the criteria for bringing on a new member. They have to demonstrate that they have that commitment and that their people have a commitment to taking care of not only themselves, but all those they work around.
I was only 10 years old at the time when we joined the fund. So to me, being a part of the fund was just like having a bunch of uncles that, looked out for me and were always there, and not knowing that they were competitors. It's easy to bounce things off other contractors, figure out what best practices are to, make sure that our portion of the construction industry in New Mexico is safe and growing. We're trying to create lives for families, companies, and individuals to thrive in New Mexico.
It became a gathering every 2 months where the safety committee would talk about what is working and what's not working, where people could admit, we're not perfect and here's our problem, and let other members suggest solutions to that.
During the day, they're your stiffest competition, and in the evenings, they're your brothers.
It was really comforting to be part of the fund in the time that an accident happened, because I just made a phone call to Rhonda and the MCA and said, hey, this is what happened. And she was as heartbroken as we were. And she was instrumental in a lot of the things that we would have normally have had to do in securing the equipment that malfunctioned and making sure everything was documented correctly. And so we were able to concentrate on the families and on our family, the year-out employees.
If a worker gets hurt, they're taken care of immediately from the company, as well as getting great claims handling and getting involved with the claim immediately, so that person knows that they're being taken care of and there's no question.
I just love being part of this fund. It is just so meaningful to be part of something that really helps to have changed the world and protect our workers. I think it's so cool to be part of this fund.